After years of relentless searching, Dr. 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬 finally stumbles upon a girl named 𝐂𝐬𝐬. She's the daughter of Peter Aaron Litvenko, a brilliant scientist who had once managed to create super soldiers to carry out the government's dirty deeds. These formidable warriors were known as agents. But before Litvenko could document his groundbreaking work, he vanished without a trace. Now, his daughter is the only key to finding him. Suddenly, their computers are hacked, and a virus infiltrates the system. Dr. 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬's bodyguards react swiftly, escorting him out to a safe house. On the way, a bomb explodes under one of their vehicles, sending it flying. The remaining cars try to escape, but to their demise, a motion sensor gun takes out the driver of the second car. Dr. 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬's car speeds off, narrowly escaping the chaos, and finally reaches the safety of an underground safe house, unaware of the lurking dangers ahead. Using an eye recognition, Dr. 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 enters the underground safe house, but his instincts tell him something is off. When he taps a guard on the shoulder, revealing bullet holes in their heads. Realizing he's walked into a trap, Dr. 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 comes face to face with the notorious Agent 47. The ruthless assassin demands 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬's location, the girl Dr. 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 had recently discovered. At first, 47 tries asking politely, but when 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 refuses to cooperate, 47 threatens to gouge out his eye. He reluctantly gives up 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬's whereabouts. Surprisingly, after getting his information, 47 lowers his weapon and walks away without harming him. However, when Dr. 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 rushes to arm himself, he triggers a booby-trapped bomb, and the explosion kills him instantly. Soon the building alarms goes off, and 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬's security springs into action. Amidst the chaos, Agent 47 starts ruthlessly eliminating 𝐞𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 As more guards rushes in, he draws out his gun and starts to eliminate anyone who dares to face him. After dispatching all opposition with ease, 47 exits the building, completely unfazed by the carnage he's left behind. Meanwhile, 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 heads to a local library in her ongoing quest to find her father. As everyone is chasing her believes she knows his whereabouts, but in reality, she doesn't. All she has are vague memories and an old blurry photograph. Despite her persistent searching, her efforts lead nowhere. Unbeknownst to her, Agent 47 has tracked her down using facial recognition through the town's CCTV network. With her location in his hands, he quickly gears up, ready to capture her and extract the answers everyone assumes she holds. As 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 sleeps, begins to have visions of Agent 47 closing in on her. Her instincts scream danger closing to her, so she quickly packs her things and escapes. Just as 47 reaches her door, she's already escaped through the roof. She makes her way to the train station, but she senses the relentless agent on her trail. At the station, 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 bumps into a man named John Smith, who offers to help her. Initially, she refuses his offer to help, but her heightened sense of danger kicks in as 47 draws nearer. Just as he catches up, 47 take out his gun and open fires at them. 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 flew for her life, while John stays behind, returning fire to buy her time. John manages to throw 47 on the train tracks only to followed by him as well, where a brutal fight breaks out. John fights valiantly, but 47's superior combat skills overpower him. Just when it seems hopeless for John, an oncoming train forces 47 to back off, giving John a brief window to escape and reunite with 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. The duo then jump into a car, speeding away from the station. However, their escape is short-lived when a bullseye shot from Agent 47 takes out their driver. With no time to waste, they abandon the vehicle and continue their flight on foot. As they run, John realizes 47 is still hot on their trail. John comes up with a plan. He fires his gun outside the American embassy and gets himself arrested. Knowing that even the daring Agent 47 wouldn't dare infiltrate such a secure building. While 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 is interrogated, Agent 47 unexpectedly strolls into the embassy, casually handing over his bag for inspection. Upon scanning the bag, the guards are stunned, revealing an arsenal of weapons. He is quickly escorted to an interrogation room, where a detective, puzzled by 47's bold decision to enter an American embassy so heavily armed, demands answers. When asked about his identity, 47 coldly states he's an assassin and wants the girl. Suddenly, he kicks the table, and his sniper rifle fires a shot that neatly severs his handcuffs. In a swift motion, Agent 47 incapacitates the two guards and frees himself. Hearing the chaos inside, John leaps into action. Smashing through a glass window, he and 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 but 47 is right behind them. In a daring move, they commandeer a police car and speeds away. Witnessing such, 47 rushes to the top of a nearby building, gaining a clear vantage point. He takes aim at the car and fires a shot. The bullet hits the vehicle, but 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 The next day, 𝐂𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 maps on the wall, deep in thought as she tries to pinpoint her father's hiding place. Suddenly, she has an epiphany, she knows where he is. John insisting her to reveal the location, but before she can say anything to John, the door bursts open and 47 fires several shots into John's chest. Before 𝐂𝐬𝐬 can react, he knocks her unconscious, swiftly carrying her away. When 𝐂𝐬𝐬 regains consciousness, she finds herself tied to a chair. Agent 47 emerges from the shadows, and as he touches her, a flood of memories surges back. She recalls her childhood with her parents and a young boy standing by the roadside during their escape. That boy is none other than Agent 47. Revealing the shocking truth that they both were part of the same experiments as children, Agent 47 reveals that John only sought to use her to locate her father, as his organization aimed to revive the super soldier program. After laying bare his intentions, 47 activates a plane engine behind her, which starts to pulling her closer to its powerful intake. In a moment of desperation, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 focuses and to her surprise, she manages to untie herself with remarkable ease. It dawns on her that her father had transformed her into a super soldier too. But as they attempt to leave, mercenaries swarm their location, threatening to cut off their exit. To create confusion and gain an advantage, 47 activates all the machinery in the area. Destruction spreads as 47 starts eliminating mercenaries one by one, slicing through them without mercy. Killing some of them by surprise, he also uses the machineries to eliminate some of his adversaries. In the midst of the chaos, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 encounters John again, but this time he's far from friendly. Soon 47 steps in to confront John, and their battle begins. However, unlike their previous encounter, this fight takes a different turn, as John manages to gain upper hand, while 47 tries to stab John. However, the knife fails to penetrate his skin, leaving him vulnerable. John overpowers 47, throwing him to the ground and aiming his gun. Just as John prepares to act, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 fires a shot that shatters the window behind him. The sudden vacuum created by the explosion pulls both men toward the plane engine, resulting in a catastrophic blast that destroys everything nearby. Miraculously, John survives the explosion. Once they manage to escape the chaos, 47 is done playing games. He demands 𝐂𝐬𝐬 tell him her father's location, and with no other option, she reveals that he's in Singapore. The duo then immediately head to Singapore. Antoine Leclerc, the head of the syndicate, is quickly informed of their whereabouts. He contacts airport security, ordering them to monitor every entry point and alert him when they spot either of the two. To avoid detection, 47 steals a pilot's uniform. As he wraps up, he instructs 𝐂𝐬𝐬 to stay out of sight of the cameras at all costs. Relying on her super soldier sensory abilities, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 scans the airport's CCTV layout. Skillfully, she maneuvers through the bustling terminal, hiding behind pillars and luggage carts to avoid being seen. Before long, she slips out undetected. Outside, Agent 47 waits for her in a sleek red Audi. Meanwhile, airport security reviews the CCTV footage. The search yields no results, but as 𝐂𝐬𝐬 enters the car, an external camera manages to capture her. Unaware they've been spotted, the two head to their hotel room. Agent 47 sleeps on high alert, with his two guns resting by his side. Unable to rest, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 decides to clean 47's weapons, carefully polishing them as morning breaks. Suddenly, syndicate mercenaries burst through the door, but 47 is ready. He springs into action, engaging them in combat with lethal efficiency, dispatching each one effortlessly. By the time 𝐂𝐬𝐬 finishes cleaning the guns and returns, the fight is already over. 47 is visibly displeased, gives her a stern warning about not taking his weapons without permission. The duo then quickly prepares to leave, and before they do, Agent 47 hands 𝐂𝐬𝐬 a knife. Aware of the open contract on their heads, he knows they need to be ready for anything. As they navigate through the city, their movements are closely monitored by Leclerc, who has been pursuing 𝐂𝐬𝐬's father all along to create more super soldiers. After years of searching, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 finally has her first chance to see her father, Peter Litvenko. Overcome with emotion, she sheds tears, grappling with feelings of abandonment. She questions how he could dare to leave her alone in the world and transform her into a supersensitive, frightened person. He tries to explain his actions, but she refuses to listen. Agent 47 suddenly appears in front of them, and Litvenko instinctively thinks he's there to kill him. However, 47 remains still, not making a move. In an instant, two individuals disguised as workers pull out their guns, but 47 spots them first, shooting them down before they can react. The trio quickly makes their way to the car and speeds off. Just as they attempt to escape, John blocks their path, with determination in his eyes. Soon a couple of motorbikes emerge behind him, and begins pursuing the trio. A group of the henchmen opens fire, while another maneuvers to cut them off. But just like all their previous adversaries, the bikers meet their end one by one, thanks to 47's driving skills and precision. 47 then precise marksmanship and 𝐂𝐬𝐬's newfound instincts kick in, allowing them to fend off their attackers. As barriers rise around them, 47 floors the accelerator, managing to escape while his pursuers faces a drastic accident, leaving them behind. The trio then drives into the city, but their escape is cut short when an attached hook slams into their car, as it spins for a while and comes to stop as more hooks punctures the car for all directions, immobilizing it, as its engine roaring echoing through the streets. Without hesitation, 47 jumps out, engaging the assailants mid-air and taking them down with deadly precision. Some manage to hit the ground, but 47 swiftly neutralizes them as well. After doing some spectacular moves, he keeps his kill countdown rolling. But with danger closing in, the trio bolts from the wreckage, but tragedy strikes when 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 is shot in the leg. 𝐂𝐬𝐬 attempts to help him, but she struggles to lift him. Faced with a harrowing decision, 47 prioritizes 𝐂𝐬𝐬's safety. He scoops her up and carries her away, leaving 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 behind. Only to be captured by John. Back at the syndicate headquarters, 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 is tied to a chair, surrounded by John and his men. John demands answers on how to create more super soldiers, but 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 remains steadfast, refusing to divulge any information. Frustrated, John resorts to extreme measures, having 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 injected with a painful serum. The doctor begins to shake uncontrollably in pain, but even through this pain he remains silent. The interrogation is interrupted when Leclerc enters the room. Meanwhile, Agent 47 hacks into the building's CCTV cameras, gaining a real-time view of the interrogation. And he also calls emergency services, directing them straight to the syndicate headquarters. Then, using the building's loudspeakers, he begins to talk to Leclerc. 47's voice echoes through the building as he tells them to look outside the window. They see a helicopter hovering, a sedated 𝐂𝐬𝐬 inside. He offers them a better deal, the girl in exchange for 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿. He argues that 𝐂𝐬𝐬 is all they really want, a hybrid whose secrets could unlock the key to creating super soldiers. Leclerc considers the offer and instructs 47 to land the helicopter on the helipad. As 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 is untied, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 seizes the moment, pushing the control stick forward. The helicopter lurches forward, crashing into the building and wreaking havoc as it destroys everything in its path. Amid the chaos, a mercenary rushes to check on her, only to be eliminated by her with his own weapon. As the chaos unfolds, firefighters earlier alerted by 47 arrive and begin making their way up the building. Meanwhile, 𝐂𝐬𝐬 switches into action mode, swiftly dispatches all enemies in her path. Simultaneously, Leclerc, shielded by John and other bodyguards, narrowly escapes the crash and retreats to his office. To their surprise, 47 is already waiting for them inside. Without hesitation, he opens fire, but John intervenes, stopping the bullet with his bare hand. The two engage in a brutal fight, trading blows as the tension escalates. 47 manages to knock John to the ground and empties an entire clip into him, but the bullets have no effect. Undeterred, John rises and unleashes a flurry of punches, even breaking a hole in the wall behind 47. In a desperate move, 47 strangles John and attaches wires to a live electric source behind them. And finally, his seemingly indestructible body crumples to the floor. Meanwhile, Katie goes in search of his father, as she bumps into 47, so the duo keeps going forward, as they systematically take out Leclerc's bodyguards one by one, leaving no one behind. But just as they think they're gaining ground, they realize they're too late to stop the helicopter from taking off. 𝐂𝐬𝐬's heart sinks as she watches helplessly, her father once again slipping away from her grasp. On board the helicopter, Leclerc relives upon his apparent victory, assured that they've escaped unscathed. He starts taunting 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 and promising to return and find 𝐂𝐬𝐬. However, 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 has other plans. With a calm determination, he pulls out his inhaler and presses it. In an instant, the helicopter erupts into a fiery explosion, illuminating the sky in a blaze of chaos. 𝐂𝐬𝐬 stands frozen in horror, watching as the father she spent years searching for is lost to her once more, but this time forever. As the dust settles, it's revealed that eliminating both Leclerc and 𝐂𝐬𝐬 had been 47's mission all along. He successfully completes part of his objective, but when faced with 𝐂𝐬𝐬, he hesitates and refuses to do so, by throwing the phone down the skyscraper instead of fulfilling the final order. He knows that ending both Leclerc and 𝐂𝐬𝐬 is crucial to eradicating the agent program once and for all, but still chooses not to kill 𝐂𝐬𝐬. He explains that 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 knew that Leclerc will go after 𝐂𝐬𝐬, so he have done what any father would have done to save his daughter. Just as 47 and 𝐂𝐬𝐬 are about to leave the building, the elevator doors slide open, revealing another hitman standing there. It's Agent 48, and bang! If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next one.